Right, question 2 is an interesting one, and I remember seeing this on the test. So you look at that and go, ooh, what do I do with that? Well, it's got a square root in it, so am I squaring both sides again? Well, unfortunately, the square root is on the same side as an x, and I can't. So remember, you can't just square it individually. It's how do I square root that left-hand side? Well, I can't really. The idea behind this is to make it look like question 1. All right. In other words, isolate the square root part of it. All right. And then if you do have the square root part by itself, when you square it, you'll be able to work through the whole problem like question 1. So the idea is, right, I need to get this, just this, by itself on one side, so it looks a bit more like question 1. Okay, because it's not, you can't square both sides here to get rid of the square root as it is right now. Just get the square root by itself. Okay, there's the clue. Get the square root by itself. In fact, question 3, if you look below, that's already got the square root by itself. That's fine. But back to question 2. I'm going to do this. Negative root 9x, so add a root 9x to both sides. Okay, you'll end up with x equals 2 plus root 9x. Okay, there we go. That's what I can do so far. I've just got rid of this negative root 9x by adding a root 9x. Again, it's just, I want it by itself, okay? I want that root 9x by itself, so what do? I take away the 2. Subtract 2, subtract 2. Right, I'm going to write it up the top here. What I have is this. X minus 2, okay, that's this here, equals, remember that's gone, just root 9x, okay? Now that's it, great, I've kind of isolated, so it looks similar to this. I've got a bit more on the left hand side. Now once I've done that, I'm going to have to erase all that working out here, so let's have a look, get rid of this. Because this is now the equation I'm actually going to do. So I've totally rearranged question 2 to look like this. I'm now going to square both sides. That's the easy side, square a square root, it's just the thing inside, okay? Now what happens when I square an x minus 2? So x minus 2 is going to be squared. Again, remember, this is a FOIL. It's x minus 2 times x minus 2. Okay? If I FOIL it, I will end up with x squared minus 4x plus 4. That still equals 9x. So remember, I have squared an x minus 2, squared the left-hand side, but that is a FOIL. Right, I need to set it equal to 0 to do these, which means I'm going to take away this 9x. Alright, take away a 9x from both sides. Can you see I'll have x squared minus 13x plus 4 equals 0. Okay, now I look at that and I go, oh, I can't factor that. It looks like it's the quadratic equation formula. Now, I could let you just go ahead and do this, but very quickly. Right, negative b. Look back at the quadratic equation formula. 13 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 169. That's 13 squared. Minus 4 times 1 times 4. 4ac is minus 16. All over 2. So, 13 plus or minus the square root of, what's 169 take away 16? 153. You know, I think this is going to be the answer. I don't really want to have to do any more than this. Let's just scroll down a little bit. All over 2. Good grief, is that the answer? Can I split 153 into anything? Will 9 go into it? Oh. It will do. Oh, right. This is where the hard bit comes up. Okay, I'm going to get a calculator up here. All programs. Where's my calculator? Come on. Calculator. Right. 153 divided by 9. Right. This here. Okay, this here is 9 times 17. Okay, remember? So that's what I've got. So I can square root the 9 to a 3. So if I scroll down a little bit, I'm going to have 13 plus or minus, the 3 will come out, in other words, the square root of 9. that will stay inside, and it's still all over 2. It's still not nice, but at least I managed to break down the 153 into... Okay, that's it, folks. That's the answer. Okay, but remember, the main thing is as long as you get to that up there, okay, it's then the quadratic equation formula. If it's nice and you can factor it, great, but that's it.